when you knocked upon my door.
I'm lending pretty much most of my money out into Bali. That's 100% return in a year. So
100% return in a year?
So I buy the land, I'll pay for all the bill things, and we split profits. And the profits are good enough, they end up putting not quite no money down, but they kind of end up doing some operational costs. Like if you're going to be renting it as Airbnbs out there, it's cheap out there. Like you can get a qualified accountant.
Walking side by side.
I mean, obviously we have the idea of doing the rent to rents, but for us, we're really focused on just the ownership. We want to own it, yeah. And obviously the main aim with the HMOs that we're looking to do are, the HMOs that is currently now in the market is people don't really care about them, if that makes sense. They're just there, ditched and then left behind. I'll send you our company website so you can have a read about it. It's mainly based on just doing the developments where the HMOs become a home from home experience. Our HMOs are like catered where it's built around a mummy vibe, a parenthood vibe, if that makes sense. I'm finally back on YouTube. Now, after a whole year of not posting on YouTube, I've actually learnt a lot of stuff. Would you want to say that? But really and truly, I think the reason why I've been away from YouTube because it's such a, to be fair, I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy to pick up the camera, lazy to talk to you guys. And I think obviously over time, I've just been really, really busy as well from it, but I've just not prioritized. And I feel like it just makes sense for me to do that, to have the conversation with you guys as well. There's been a lot. Yeah, there's been a lot that's happened. I'm talking restructuring, rejigging, refunding, everything. But yeah, I think I wanted to just talk about that, just go through all of that kind of thing. But obviously, from the last video you would have seen, I talked about my architect giving me a massive headache. That architect has been fired, or he put in his notice, i.e. he just said he retired. So he's completely gone. Cost me an absolute fortune, not just in the delay, but just the time, essence, and the funds. So he's gone. But regarding that house, that's fully let out now. We got a really high valuation. We wanted to buy that house. We bought it for 137, spent about 100K. And we're aiming, when we were doing the numbers earlier on, really poor numbers. It was around 260. We got 300 plus and it was like absolutely amazing. But obviously there's X, Y, and Z's to be deducted and whatnot. But yeah, that's happened. I have a new purchase, bought another one again, one of my mentees and also my business partner. I feel like I haven't really documented a proper full refurb journey in regards to like the bits and bobs that go behind it, if that makes sense. I feel like if you do want to check it out, actually, you could check it out on my Clint Creates page, which is just mainly just dominated of just property content. And also my Clinton Osima page is just me personally as a person. But yeah, if you want to check out the refurb from like day 1 to day X, whatever, when we finish it, you can check it out there. But I feel like that's what's been happening. Oh, had a bit of legal cases with an old builder of mine. That was a fun experience. Flashbacks. Wasn't really the best. I'll just say this. If you're going up in the world, there'll be problems coming up with you. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, that's sorted now anyway. But then we just received a letter about 2 months ago. Him taking us to, what's it called? All these debt collectors of 200K when the build was like 100K. But he only done about 40 to 50% of that per se, without snags and everything else. Plus this builder gave him another job. This was before he, messed up. Well, he wants to say we messed up. But yeah, that's just that case in itself. Anyway, it's sorted now. We've all just moved on and just decided to just part ways. That's just come with evidence. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to just say to you guys, if you actually look at the thumbnail, it actually just says 5 mil in 5 years. Now, how is someone like me with what I know today going to achieve that? Now, my time away from YouTube, I've learned so many things, so many hard conversations, so many hard encounters, so many hard truths. And I think the biggest thing for me was actually understanding I need more cash. You always need cash for property. It's a big black hole. Not because it doesn't work, because it certainly does. I mean, that property we have is generating us income. But to get to the level of just, to me, from just doing like 3 a year or 5 a year or 1 a year or whatever, to like actually become a developer itself, making extra stupid amounts of, income from properties that assets that you own, it's a very, very different game. And with that, you need a lot of capital. So there's been a lot of like confrontational realities of actually understanding I really need to raise millions, not thousands. So with that in itself, it's just a case of where I've just had to rejig me, my business partner, figure out, okay, cool, how can we get this from where we are today? And that's how we birthed our companies. So we've literally transitioned the whole business completely. So we have 2 companies now. The one I want to talk about with you guys, actually, both of them. So Avondale Living is like the development side of the business. So before I break down what Avondale Living is and the other business, obviously these businesses will help us to, well, me per se, get to that 5 million in 5 years. Now, again, as I said before, how is someone like me going to do that? Because I have not personally seen that in my environment. And it's scary at the same time. I feel like telling you guys makes it feel like you can see my head, my problems. And also because I told you guys now, I have no choice now but to make it work. Otherwise, I look like a quote unquote loser. Do you get what I mean? So it's something I need to work out on. So the two businesses that I'm going to do this to get a 5 mil is a development business, Avondale Living. And then this new business that we're actually embarking into is a children's home. Now, with the children's home business, it's very, very fruitful. There's been a lot of things we've had to learn from them. There's been a lot of doors we've had to open, but they work really, really well hand together with each other. Now, if you actually know my background, I did a bit of nursery work, like 6 to 8 months, maybe 6 months, I don't remember. But yeah, I've been in a children's setting, kind of, in the nursery. But how is someone like me I'd have no experience in a children's home, right? Like, zilch. I don't know how it's run. I've never done Ofsted interview or CQC operation thing or majiggy, whatever. How am I building a business like that? To then say to people that I'm gonna get this in 5 years, but honestly, it's working. Now, in order to do that, one, become a mentee to someone that's teaching me the ropes of doing that, so which is quite exciting because I'm also learning the ropes of doing it myself. And we're also looking at things and ways of how we can scale that in itself. But with the children's home business, is the case of where now, like, there's so many moving parts in it. Like, there's a door, but there's doors, windows, stairs, cupboards, all these other bits and bobs. And if you have no idea what to do, it will hit you right back in the face. So obviously with that one, the main thing is obviously these kids that we're gonna be looking after. It's important for us to actually ensure we know what we're doing. And now, I'm a big believer you go to who, not how. Really and truly, I'm not interested in learning this in 10 years. I wanna learn as quickly as possible, make as much money as possible. That's what I've been able to do to get to where I am now. In case instead of like saving £10 or £10,000 a year, house prices go up, deposits go up. Do you get what I'm saying? So to me, just a case of how do I do that? Cool, I need to learn the skill of raising finance. Cool, how do I do this business? I need to go to someone that's actually done this type of business, if you kind of get my drift. So these are the two businesses I'm going to be focusing on. So the children's home and then the development business. Now these are going to be my two main sources of income that will give me that 5 mil in 5 years. Now today's date is actually the 18th of November 2025, so that means 18th or 17th of November, you want to call it, 2031, I will yeah, because obviously this year's kind of finished, isn't it? Is it 2025? Is it 2030? No, it's 2031. Let me know in the comments. I don't want to get a calculator. Now, someone that does developments and finance, my maths is not the greatest on the spot. So anyway, 2031, that will be November 18th. That time I should and I will be generating 5 mil a year. It could be the first 2 years zilch. It could be the third year zilch. And then the last 2 years boom, 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 boom. Or it could be all zilch and then the last 6 months. Do you get what I'm saying? Because every business in general takes time to grow, but with the right systems and the right path. And the thing is, we actually know people in that business, i.e. the children's business. I really want to start making stupid money. Yeah, it's about time. My life's journey has been very, very different, so it'll be cool to do that. But yeah, I thought I'd give you guys basically an update on what I've been up to, how I'm doing. I'm okay. I'm going to be posting more often now because really and truly I've just been lazy, and I think it's time for me to stop being lazy and get on here and actually document the journey so that I can actually see this for myself in time. Because one, I'm building a business I have no idea how to do, that I'm really relying on it to help me get that 5 million in 5 years. And two, I'm now scaling the development side of the business in the level of where we're raising finance in an extreme sport to help buy properties and try and avoid using the banks. Even though the banks are still good to use, but the interest you pay them sometimes is ridiculous. It's just the verge of doing two massive mountains of impossibility possible for someone like me to do. Now, if it's your first time watching this video or watching me or don't even know who I am, my name is Clinton. As you can tell from the name of the YouTube channel, I'm currently 26. I've been in the construction property industry for a minute. I started construction when I was 19. It's been about 3 to 4 years now since I've been in the whole property scene. Started doing door sourcing, rent to rents, bit of management, project management, and I said, instead of doing it for people, I might just do it for myself. And then I went to the who's and, you know, figured out stuff and just said, yeah, I want to start owning. And then got in, done stuff. I lost a lot of money, but we learn, right? We learn. And now I'm just slowly recovering. God's been very, very good to me. Honestly, very, very been good to me. But yeah, you are gonna see something happen because I actually have an interview tonight tonight at 7 p.m. for the other business, which is quite cool. It's our second time doing the interview. So it feels very different because I've never really employed someone in this nature before, if that makes sense. But again, like I said before, guys, I'm literally just learning as we go. There's not been a situation or a case where I feel like I know it all, because I really believe that you have to be a student throughout every single thing you do in life. And anyone else watching this thinking, how do I do this? How do I get involved in this? How do I do any things? Honestly, you got to figure out what you want first, where you want to get to, and work backwards. Maybe 5 million 5 years sounds cool and whatnot, but it's a target I've set in place. And I'm not saying 5 mil as in assets, by the way, because that's complete nonsense. I'm talking about actual revenue, like what comes into my account every single month. And then that's revenue, again, not profits. So that's what I want to get to, 5 mil in 5 years time. Now, I really want to try and get this done in 3 years time. Who knows? But all I know is because now I'm documenting it and I'm showing you guys how it's done, you'll be able to see it all. I'll try and be as transparent as possible. So like I said before, if you want to see the actual property side of things, the headache and everything else that goes into it, check out the Instagram below, Clint Creates, just me being creative with properties. And then obviously if you want to know more about the other stuff as well that we're doing, we are actually employing. I'm a landlord and now a business owner and now a boss. Pretty cool, but I have no money. Yeah, maybe I'm not employing. Maybe I am employing. So if you are a registered RM with an extensive amount of experience, or someone that has an extensive amount of experience in a children's home and would like to become an RM, we are offering a good way for you guys to actually partner with us. We'll train you, we'll pay for your training, we'll then offer you a job, a very competitive salary, and most importantly as well, we'll make sure you feel loved, valued, and create a massive impact, because that's what this whole thing's all about. If you want to check out all these things, again, reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn down below. Let's get it cracking. Now I'm about to have my interview so you guys can actually check it out. Well, yeah, you have to kind of check it out. Yeah, just watch the interview because now I'm not just a landlord, I'm a boss. You know, you understand. Rastafari, reach. All right, cool. All right, see you guys in a bit. Again, this is pre-recorded in case anyone can't make it. Could you define safeguarding and could you explain the importance of it in a children's home setting? So what would you say that experience is like on your end? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.